Okay, where did we leave off? Last time I welded all of this stuff in. I built these coil towers. Still got to round out this hole. That's for the strut to come through. Welded all the bracing and the front mounts for this. And the last thing that I need to do for this is just finish like a couple of bracing brackets on these front mounts here. Could have mounted them a little bit differently or designed the frame differently, but I already made it twice and I'm not going to make it again because I want to get this thing on the road. So I'm just going to build these out real quick and then kind of clean everything up and mount it up. Next up will be putting the bed on. Wow, that second method is a lot easier. I'm gonna try that a few more times in the future. Anyways, next up, like I said, I'm gonna clean up this subframe, throw my brakes on there, mount this up, and then get the bed on so we can make bed mounts. But that'll have to wait till tomorrow. All right, it's approximately tomorrow. I made this little wood template here. This is just to clean up that hole in the coil mount that I made. It's just marking the mounting locations for the coil and then giving a guide for my hole saw since I screwed that hole all up. But this will hold the hole saw in place while I run it through the metal, and I'll just clamp this in place or bolt it in place, and that'll give it a guide. So let's do that.
Then I cleaned it up with the Dremel and the file, so I'm going to show you how it looks. Looking good. Much better. Alright.
Okay, with that cleaned up,
Which I showed.
I'm gonna kind of break this subframe down, take the diff and the control arms and wheels and things off of there, and then pressure wash it.
after cleaning this up, it actually looks really good. I think I'm gonna waste more time than I'm gonna get benefit out of painting it. So I'm gonna go ahead and for now, just leave it as is. I have all winter to make it pretty if I want. So I'm gonna move on to assembling everything. Brakes, fill up the diff, seal it, and that kind of stuff. I will have to clean up a few items. These are ugly. And they have metal dust all over them. I'm gonna add a few braces here, front to back. Just as a suggestion from one of my buddies. And then I can get the bed on and start welding up what I need to on the bed. So I need to make, I didn't just trip. I need to make another support that goes right there, and then rear bed mounts, and then just weld the skin on and everything like that. So, and finish de-hooking it and doing the other latch and whatnot. So, all right, I'm welding up these rear braces, I guess you could call them. They're just for front to back stiffness, and I just wanted to share this little measuring technique. You can see the angle is different front to back on these, and it's really hard to measure from here to here and here to here. So what I did was I set up a plumb bob, and then you can just measure where it touches in the front and just mark it wherever it is on your string, and then bring that back and make sure it's touching the same out here. This doesn't need to be exact. I just wanted it to be like close. So just wanted to share that. All right, got these here rear braces welded in. Everything's all done up. So provide a little bit of support back and forth that this may or may not have been able to handle. But I think it looks pretty sick. Speaking of sick, not feeling super well. So I'm gonna slap this rear end together and put this thing down on its own weight with the coils mounted, wheels mounted, all that. And then that'll be it for this video. So, as I've explained, this is just a grade 8 14mm bolt, I think. And then this is just a 14mm to 21mm sleeve to bolt the subframe in, because the 240SX uses a 21mm stud off the body. But this will do the trick. That's pretty much all done. There's a couple of things that I didn't quite button up. These bolts are wrong. I don't have all of these bolts. 2 of them went missing somewhere. The brakes need to be sorted, and I'm not 100% sure on the life of these axles, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and replace them before I torque this guy down to 240 foot-pounds somehow. But that's it. It's all sitting on its own weight, supported by the coils I cut down and held in place with all the tabs that I made. So pretty freaking stoked.
So after this, we'll be assembling the bed and modifying that how it needs to be, just to make the rear bed mounts and things like that. So thanks for watching. Thanks so much for watching this video. It was a ton of work to get this far. If you happen to have seen back on my Instagram, I've been working on this for quite a long time. Getting to this point has had lots of challenges and lots of things that I didn't realize were gonna interact with the rear subframe so much, such as mounting the motor and getting the drive shaft completely built and all that. So it's been a long video, and so huge thanks if you've watched this far. And coming up next, like I said, I'm going to be doing the bed, and then I also got these 5-lug hubs from Z1 Motorsports. These are OEM Nissan parts, which is freaking awesome. I didn't realize that. And then I also have these modified knuckles that my friend made, or he modified for me. These correct the Ackerman angle on the front end because I reversed the front subframe. So this was another crucial part to getting the front suspension going. So after I'm done with all the rear end stuff, then I'm gonna move up to the front. So again, thank you so much for watching this video, and stick around. Its own weight. It's supported by, whoops.